So there are no deleted scenes between Ekko and Jinx in the music video. Well, actually there is one which is implied. What do I mean by that? In a conversation between Christian Link and Necrit, Christian Link, the co-creator of Arcane, mentioned that there is a scene where Ekko told Jinx about the alternate timeline.
Ekko stepping into season 2, he's really like a champion of Zaun, you know, and like the potential that Zaun has. And we always love the idea of showing what Zaun can be, showing Ekko what Zaun can be, and having this moment where he kind of finds his spirit again. I think what's so cool about Ekko and Jinx is that when he tries to convince Jinx that there's like a different, that there is a version of power of her that is so different, you know, and that like is is a whole more complete person, and he's seen it. It's not like some theory or him trying to convince her. I think she can feel that when he's like, that version of powder exists, right? You know, and so I think that's really beautiful, and it really also was Ekko what Ekko needed, you know, to kind of see like I mean, powder is such an amazing example of what Zaun can be, you know, and I think that's like worth kind of continuing, you know, their story for. Right.
Knowing that, and then watching the music video, we can understand that it sort of implies the idea that they both know about it, which means this plays out after the moment when Ekko tells her about it. For sure, the music video is a bit more complicated than that, but I will give you my simple understanding of it. When we see Jinx here at the bottom, that's actually her mental state, and the reason why she sits similarly to how she does in that scene whenever she's inside Silco's office. When she turns around, she realizes that she's not alone and Ekko is with her. So because Ekko helps her and they get to talk about the alternate timeline and most likely other things as well, her mental state becomes much better, which is represented by the idea that she's pulled back up on the ledge and into Ekko's embrace. If you're someone who's questioning certain aspects of the music video, for example Ekko's facial paint, because as we all know, whenever Ekko saves Jinx, his facial paint is mostly gone because of the explosion. As I stated earlier, I believe they spent a longer period of time together talking inside Jinx's lair before Ekko brought her to the Firelight Tree, and because of that, I don't think it's far-fetched to believe that Ekko would repaint himself at some point. He picks up Jinx's makeup and he does it. And that would be a way to get Jinx to understand that he is comfortable in her presence. I don't know, that's a simple idea. I do not think the facial paint is a big deal. Then another thing I've seen some people mentioning is the fact that Jinx and Ekko are speaking French. No, they are not actually speaking French, the same way they are not actually speaking English in the show. It's only for the audience to understand what's going on. Based on the lore, they would be speaking a language which is specific to that region. For example, we have the movie The Gladiator, and in that movie we have the Romans speaking English, but in reality they would be speaking Latin. Maybe you've seen certain words in English in the show, and that's true, but those are also based on the alphabet created for that world. For example, if you go and try to read Jinx's diary without the explanation and translations, you wouldn't be able to because the words are made up for the lore. Well, that's all I wanted to say. If you have a better idea, you can tell me in the comment section. Thanks for watching.